are courteous, kind, valuable, and to the education of our students, we work to foster positive work environment for our peers, students, teachers, and our administrative staff. Y'all, please give our staff a round of applause. So I have to be honest with y'all. They used to get nervous every time I walk into the schools. And I learned to inform them to always tell them if you're afraid of me, then that means me. To me, you're not doing something right. You need to be relaxed and calm every time I come into your schools. Because when Dr. Tiller, State Department, anybody walk into your schools, you should be comfortable doing what you know you're doing correctly. So if you're wrong, then you get nervous, then you worry me. So if I don't have to be in your schools each and every day and you still providing the work you providing to our students every day, and we're hearing everywhere we go that they're enjoying the meals, let me tell you, I can be in Walmart and they'll say, "Are you the lunch lady?" I love it. So I know my staff did. So I wanted to inform y'all of all their agricultural inspections. So last year we was actually missing an inspection. You're supposed to get 2 inspections a year. We got 1. Well, this year it's going to be 2 because we've already been notified. So we got Bennett's for Intermediate that received 100 this year.
All right.
You got Bennett's for Primary that received a 95.
All right.
Wallace Elementary Middle a 100.
All right.
McCall a 99.
All right.
Clio a 100.
All right.
Blenheim School of Discovery a 100.
Oh.
And then last but not least, your high school a 100.
All right.
When I tell y'all, I am so proud of my staff, so proud of them each and every day. I'm just overwhelmed. I get emotional every single day because people just used to call them the servers. You know, they thought they were just dippers, but they're more than just that. They're everything. And I tell them each and every day, we can't run operation of a school if we don't have y'all to feed our kids. So be grateful for your job. I love mine. So please do always love what you do because I appreciate y'all every single day. Thank y'all.
And we
Awesome.
appreciate you.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go up and get around. Go up and get around. Is that all of them? This ain't school.
We're looking at this one already. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2.
Can we go back to the I voted? Ready? Okay. Next on the agenda, I voted sticker contest winner, Benefit Middle School of Discovery. Blenheim Middle School of Discovery. That right?
So good evening, board chair, superintendent, board members. The voters registration did a contest where they wanted a student from Marlboro County School District to design the next I voted sticker that they will use during the election. And we have a wonderful student from Blenheim that won. And they actually went to Blenheim, took a picture with her, and she's here tonight, along with her family.
All right. Family, thank you.
And her name is Kayla Jones from Blenheim Middle School
All
Discovery.
right.
Congratulations, Kayla.
Let the granddaddy get in there. She's smiling like she won that one.
Give her time.
Right. Congratulations to all our students. Next, we have Marlboro County High School Tractor Safety and Operations Region Competition.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Aaliyah Pickards, and I'm the Marlboro County FFA advisor. The Marlboro County FFA had 4 members prepare for and participate in the Region Tractor Safety and Operations event. During this event, we demonstrate skills in driving a tractor with a trailer attached through a designated course. Safety is evaluated while the students navigate this course. The students took home 9th place at the region competition, and they are Trenton Bright, Natalie Ivy, Morel Pino, and Nathan Smith.
Awesome.
You keep that.
Don't hear a lot of bad news about Marlboro County. I just say on tonight, run and tell that. There's a lot of good stuff going on here tonight. Appreciate everybody. Okay. Next, we have a homecoming update from Dr. Tiller. Will give us an update on the homecoming and the successful weekend that we had, a great weekend that we had in Marlboro County.
Thank you, Mr. Coachman. First of all, I'd just like to say, I don't know about you, but I'm overjoyed. We had an outstanding homecoming celebration. We started out with our pep rally on Friday afternoon. Then we left the pep rally and we went right into the parade. And I want to thank all of the board members that were able to come and participate as well. And then from the parade, of course, we went to the big game.
Well,
And when we got to the big game, we had even more board members. We were so excited because our school received a $5,000 check from T-Mobile, and we are still in the running for that $2 million.
that's right.
So everybody's got to take pictures and support our team and send it in so our school can receive that $2 million at the end of the football season. So we're working very hard toward that. In addition to that, I'd like to thank the senior staff because we couldn't do it without you. Our senior staff plays an intricate role in everything that we do. Maintenance, I can't say enough about maintenance. They work to have everything set up just right. I thank Mr. Deese and his staff, along with the high school staff, for all the things that you all have done together to make homecoming a success. If you were not there, you missed a treat. Our students were absolutely, the girls were lovely, and the young cadets were handsome. And so we were very proud of them and very proud of the band as well and our cheerleaders. And if you missed it, we also had a lot of alumni to come and to actually perform during the game too. The cheerleaders, they came and they did a lot of great things. So I'd like to thank the high school staff for all that you've done to make that such a dignified occasion. We were very proud of that. It's my understanding that the celebration went on to Lindsay Field the next day, and that was a big success as well. Carroll Field. The only thing I know is that there was nowhere to park in town. So if you weren't there. But on a very serious note, as I always say, safety is our number one and our top priority. Safety. And I want you to know that as far as I'm concerned, we have the best law enforcement that we could possibly wish for in this county. When I was younger and attending church, I remember that I would hear the older people say this: Lord, thank you for taking care of us and protecting us from threats seen and unseen. So I want you to know they're always working behind the scenes to make sure that we can be safe and feel comfortable coming to our events. And tonight we have Sheriff Lemon with us, and we have, if you come up, Sheriff Lemon, we also have Deputy Sheriff Mr. Covington. We'd like for you to come up as well. And I want you to know these are our top law enforcement officers in Marlboro County. I also would want to thank the Chief of Police, Mr. Chief Miller, and also Chief Deputy Crosland, Sled, and everyone else that came out to help us, because it takes a village and they all come together to provide what we need. And I just can't thank you enough. We love you. We appreciate everything you do for us. And we just want to continue to have that great relationship that we have.
Thank you. Yeah, Blum.
Good evening, Superintendent.
Good evening.
Chairman, board members, and all that's in attendance. I'm very thankful and very humble, and I'm thankful to the good Lord. On last Friday night, while everybody was having a good time at the game, and that's what football games and sports is for. I love football myself, and I can't thank Sergeant Kim Peterkin enough with Bentonville Police Department. She assigned where she need us to be, and we listened to what she said. So she put me on the end gate back there, me and one of the guys. And I said, "Yes, ma'am, whatever you say, you the boss." And so we was assigned back there. And I want to say that Chief Miller and Assistant Chief Samuel Crossley, State Law Enforcement Division, which is SLED, Highway Patrol, DNR, Call Police Department, and the other agencies that assisted us. On last Friday night, there was 5 arrests made And I want the board members to know that there was 5 arrests made, one being a juvenile. And the juvenile, of course, had 17 ounces of meth, which is a felony. And we were able, along with those guys being proactive, with the adults, they ended up getting about 10 guns that was at the game, could have gotten inside the game, but the guys was on it. And I'm very appreciative of that because it could have been someone's life taken. As you know, in the other backbone counties, they've had that happen. And we've been very fortunate. And again, I thank the good Lord that it didn't happen. One of these weapons, and I'll show it to you if I may approach, was a fully automatic and had a switch on. And the guy was able to get these weapons off of the street, get them from the bad guy. And I'm thankful because if you get a fully automatic plus 9 other weapons in there and shots is fired, they can take the lives of about 60 people within about seconds or minutes. And as we know, we have these shootings that has been, and again, I'm thankful. And you all can take a look. These are weapons that we get Friday night that could have gotten into your football stadium. But because of, I would be fair to say, because of good law enforcement here in Marlboro County, and I take no credit, I give all the credit to my guys, I give it to SLED, Highway Patrol, DNR, City of Bentonville, McCall Police Department, and others that assisted us. I give them the credit for it. I take no credit for it. The only thing I take credit for is trying to listen and do what's right when I'm told to do by those that work for me. But with that being said, I'm thankful because I know what can happen when a weapon of this nature is in the wrong individuals or individuals' hands. So by those guys being on it, I want to thank my Chief Deputy, Ricky Covenant, for being on it. He notified me again, I was signed to the back gate. He got a call from one of my guys, and they got a call from one of the SLED agents who's right there in the midst of it. And these guys was just before getting ready to make a break. And there was about 10 agencies on them before they knew it. And these guys is from the Sherrall area and the Dawson area, the ones that was arrested along with the juvenile. But again, thank you all. I thank you all for what y'all do. But I tell you, because I got 37 years in this, 37 years, things like this happens when everybody works together. Everybody, to include you all, to include the citizens, to include them alarming us, because there was a conversation that led to one of the arrests, and it come from a citizen. And by that happening, one of my guys, along with the SLED agent, was on top of it, along with the city of Bentonville. So I say my hat's off to them and not to me. But thank you all.
Give it up. Good number.
Sheriff Lemon, if you and Deputy Covington,
Yes.
with Sheriff Deputy, would come up.
Where would you like to show the first? We don't have any curriculum stand on. But it's okay. I'll get you.
I would just like to thank Sheriff and all the law enforcement of Marlboro County for being there on Friday night. You know, sometimes we've been hearing things as board members that we doing too much with security, but we can never do enough when it comes to protecting our children. And this is a prime example of being ready and prepared. And I just like to thank Dr. Tiller and her administrator for being proactive so that we wouldn't have to be reactive to negative things happen. And God was watching over us, our children, and our entire weekend, and the whole administration staff. And thank y'all for being ready, and thank all the law enforcement here in Marlboro County. You know, and y'all.
And we will continue to
Absolutely.
be ready.
Absolutely. All righty. Next, gotten everybody. Need a motion to go into executive session, discuss personnel matters, revision to bonus criteria, and budget update.
Mr. Chair, I move we go into executive session. Personnel matters, revision of bonus criteria, and budget update.
You have a second?
I second it.
Any discussion? Get any? All in favor, let it be known, raising your right hand. All right. Next session, we are now in executive session. The motion, go back into open session.
So move, Mr. Chair.
Get a second.
I second.
All in favor, let me know by raising your right hand. And now back into open session. No action was taken and no decisions were made. Good.
I would like to make a motion that we approve bonuses to be distributed in way of $1,000 in November and up to $500 based on the bonus criteria at the end of the school year.
Have a motion for our bonus but for all employees, is that correct?
All employees.
Across the board of $1,000 for the November bonus and the 500 with the criteria added for the second part of the bonus starting in for 2025 and by May. That would be safe to say by May. Okay.
A second.
Now motion and a second. Any discussion? Anything? All in favor, let it be known by raising the right hand. The $1,500 bonus has been passed. Thank you. Okay, any public comments at this time? No public comments? Okay. Second reading of the cell phone policy and district protocol. Dr. Helen Tiller.
Tonight, we're asking for second reading and final approval of the cell phone policy that we presented on last board meeting.
Yes. And we made some changes to ours separate from, a little bit different from the state. We have a little bit of leniency, but it's still good enough to make sure that our students do not use cell phones during instruction hours.
Right.
So I think it's a pretty good policy.
Mr. Chair,
Hmm?
I move that we approve the second and final reading of policy JICJ, model policy for electronic devices.
Have a motion on the floor to approve the cell phone policy second and final reading. Have a second.
Second.
Any discussion? Yeah, any? All in favor, let it be known by raising your right hand. It's unanimous. Cell phone policy is now in effect district-wide.
Mr. Chair, when will that go into effect? Will we come back after Christmas?
Well, we're going to start to actually share this information with our students. We've already shared it here at the high school. We have not shared at the lower levels yet, but we will. We had discussed the possibility of implementing it at the end of this month.
This month? Okay, great. Sounds good. Okay, next on the agenda, approval of model fire safety guidelines. Ms. Hazel Ellison, Director of Student Services. Executive Director of Student Services, Ms. Hazel Ellison. How you doing tonight, Ms. Ellison?
How are y'all?
Great.
Good evening, Board Chairman, Dr. Taylor, and board members. I come before you in reference to the model policy for fire and safety guidelines, South Carolina Code 59-7-160, in which the board adopted into policy September 2021. This evening, we are asking that an addendum be added to the current fire and safety policy. And the addendums are as follows: approval for model safety guidelines, emergency drill documentation form, and the first reading for EBCB, which is the safety plan and drills policy, and EBCB-R, also safety plans and drills. At this time, I ask for approval for first reading approval.
Good. I need a motion for first reading of policy EBCB, adding the addition of an addendum to the policy for the safety plans
Mr.
and
Chair, I move that we approve the first reading of policy EBC, safety plans and drill, and policy EBCB-R at this time.
Okay, motion to approve policy EBCB and EBCB-R safety plans for drills with the added addendum. They got a second.
I second.
Any discussion? There's any, all in favor, let it be known by raising right hand. First reading has passed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ellis.
Thank you.
Okay. Financial report as of September 10th, 2024, Mr. Benjamin, Executive Director of Finance, Money Man.
Board Chair, Mr. Coachman, Dr. Superintendent. Please accept my apologies. After I looked at the report, I actually sent Ms. Cribb the incorrect report, the revenue report, but I will send the correct report on tomorrow. So please accept my apologies. The expenditure report is correct. But if you have any questions concerning the reports, I can answer them now.
We got money in the bank, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll accept the slight mistake being correct.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Mr.
Mr.
Said with
President.
the revenue report, make it sound like I got some more money coming.
That's right. That's right. As long as it's more money, we ain't even worry
We
about
hope
it. Tell about that later.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate you, Mr. Business. Okay. All right.
Mr. Coachman, before we get, I know we don't have anything else on the agenda,
Yes, sir. Mr.
but I
Thompson.
still would like to just brief the board shortly on the regional update, regional meeting that Mr. McCray and I attended on Thursday. Our regional meeting was held at Ainor High School. And, you know, part of the conversation for our regional meeting was that as school board members, we are advocates for public education. And main part of the discussion was that storytelling. And we talked about storytelling. And the reason why they talked about storytelling is because if you don't tell your story, somebody else will.
Yeah.
And the story somebody else telling is not going to be to your good. And we talked about that. And it's just like when we're looking at the things that we need for our district, whenever we go talk to legislators, and whenever we talk to people in the community, you need to tell them what your schools need, tell them what we are doing. Because if we don't tell them what we are doing, people are going to make up their own story and say we're not doing anything. So it's important as board members that we begin to advocate and tell our story. You know, just recently, you know, the charter school movement and all these things are still going on. The courts just throwed out some things with that, keep people from moving money from public school to private school. But the thing of it is, we have to be able to go out and tell people why we think that's a bad idea. Why we think we need every dollar we can get in public education. So we need to be telling our stories as we go out. You have anything, Ms. McCray?
No, sir. You pretty much covered it. I just want to tell Ms. Cribb thanks. Thanks. It was a great session, and
I'd like to thank Mr. Thomas, Mr. McCray for going to the advocate meeting. It was a pretty nice one last year. You guys did a good job of bringing the information back to us. Let us continue to tell our story. Right.
And I'd just like to, I would be remiss if I didn't ask Mr. Johnson, the principal of our high school, if you had anything you wanted to say regarding homecoming.
I do want to say it was very good. The staff worked very hard to make sure the week well planned. The students enjoyed all the festivities. The faculty were very pleased with the outcome. Thanks to Dr. Taylor and Cabinet for all the help. My first homecoming in a long time, so it was good to be you guys to experience that. So lots of good kudos to Marbury County District. So I'm proud to be back and proud to be a part of what took place this back.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. All right, our hearts and minds are clear.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, sir, Mr. Thomas.
I move that we adjourn this meeting.
Have a motion to adjourn the meeting. Mr. McCray?
I second.
Mr. McCray, second. Any discussion? There isn't any. All in favor? Let me know, raise your right hand. The meeting is now adjourned. Thanks, everybody.